Hey, what is up, everybody? Today I am bringing you a special top 10 list. Top 10 TV fathers, or TV dads. To make this list, they have to have a few things. They have to have a job, they have to have at least 2 kids, or no, at least 1 child. That was a mix of a father and a child. And they have to care for their family. So, without further ado, let's get this thing going with top 10 TV fathers. Our first father is, as you can see by the picture, on the last slide, Walter White. Walter White, or aka Heisenberg, found out that he has cancer, and to provide for his family, he decides to cook a little crystal meth and become a kingpin, which is this person that sells crystal meth. But things go strangely crazy, as they do in the meth world. I don't know anything about that. But anyway, guys, number 10 is Walter White. He's just trying to provide for his family because he found out that he has cancer, and the only way that he can possibly provide for his family, other besides being a chemistry teacher, is to cook crystal meth. And when he slips on the black hat and black glasses, it's all business because he's just a man trying to provide for his family. Walter Jr. and I forgot what the name of his other kid was. It's been a while since I've seen Breaking Bad. But anyway, guys, that was number 10, Walter White. Join me next for number 9. Number 9 is Todd Chrisley from the show Chrisley Knows Best, which is filmed up in Atlanta, Georgia. Todd Chrisley is this take no crap father. He has 3 kids, couple grandkids, and he just loves his family. He just wants what's for the best of them, as I'm sure any father does. So, Todd Chrisley, and he's sort of a guy that you want to hang out with, but you don't want to hang around with him too long. You know what I mean? So, guys, Todd Chrisley brings in at number 9 because he's just a funny, take no crap kind of guy. Like, there was one episode where, and they say love like too god awful much. Too god awful much. Like, I love you, I'm going to hang up the phone, I love you, I'm going to go give you something to eat, I love you, I'm going to go to the store, I love you. And he just wants what's best for his family. And I'm sure a lot of fathers on this list do. So, Todd Chrisley, you make number 9 just because I think you're a funny, take no crap kind of guy. Yeah. So, and there was a few, and if you've seen the show Chrisley Knows Best, you know what I'm talking about. He talks, and there was one episode that really tripped me out. His son Jackson, that's his son Jackson. His kids' names are Jackson, Chase, Savannah. He's got 2 others, but anyway, his daughter Savannah came walking down the stairs with like these real low cut shorts, and Todd's like, "You're not gonna walk out of the house with your snapdragon snapping." And so anyway, that was Todd Chrisley, number 9. Join me on this next one for number 8. Number 8 is a 2-parter because one lives in a house and the other one lives in the guy's guest house. And if you heard guest house correctly, that's right, you know I'm talking about Greg Warner and Jimmy Hughes. Greg Warner is a businessman that has a daughter and a son named Sammy and Emily. And his wife's name is Kim. And Jimmy, his brother-in-law, has a wife named Christine, 2 kids named Logan and Dominic. And Greg works at a television studio as an executive. And Jimmy, he works at the same television studio as a security guard. And they both try to help each other raise each other's families. And there was one episode where Greg was talking about how close they are, that they're not like cousins, they're like brothers. Which I'm sure if any of you have cousins out there, you know what I'm talking about. people saying, that's not a cousin, that's a brother. I mean, I got 3 cousins myself that I think of as sisters. But anyway, yeah, Greg Warner and Jimmy Hughes make the list at number 8, just for the simple fact that they're 2 swell guys that would do anything for their family. And including going to his daddy's group, dealing with crazy mothers, and other things that normal family. Oh yeah, and they live in LA. So yeah, that was number 8. Join me at number 7 next. Number 7, we go straight to Detroit, Michigan. And if you know what dad I'm talking about, I'm gonna give you a Tim Taylor grunt, because number 7 is Tim the Toolman Taylor. He has his own cable-based tool show. That's his job. He's a cable tool show host, along with Al Borland, which is his sidekick. Tim has 3 kids: Mark, Randy, and Brad, and a wife named Jill. And they just deal with Tim's everyday stuff, being a tool show host. So anyway, Tim, the only reason I'm bringing you at number 7 is because your show was too short. This seems too short to me. This seemed like a too short of a run. Yeah, but anyway, you're a good dad. I love Tool Time, and I'm gonna give you the Tim Taylor grunt. So anyway, guys, that was Tim Taylor, number 7. Join me at number 6. Number 6 is more of a father-in-law. Number 6 is Arthur Spooner from King of Queens, played by Jerry Stiller, which is Ben Stiller's father. Arthur, he's sort of a retired mom person, a retired senior citizen that's wife passed away, and now he's living in the basement of his daughter and his daughter's husband, which is why I said father-in-law. So yeah, and he just brings crazy hijinks to the show. Like, there was one episode where he wanted to sue Charles Schultz for his likeness of Charlie Brown. And then he looked all throughout the comics, and he's like, "Oh my God, they're copying me." And he's like, "Dad, do we need to... is this going to be the Gordon's Fish thing again?" And then Arthur says, "Do I need to put on my coat and rain boots?" So anyway, Jerry Stiller, Arthur Spooner, you come in at number 6. Just for that simple fact that I like you, and you were one of my favorite... you're the reason that I tune into King of Queens. Or the reruns, because it's been over since, I think, like 2000. So anyway, that was number 6. Join me at number 5. Number 5 is one of the coolest dads around. And I'm talking about the zombie apocalypse dad, Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes was a cop, and he's got a son, a daughter, and he had a wife, until his son Carl shot his mom during birth, during the zombie apocalypse, because for the simple fact that Carl didn't want his mom to turn. But anyway, let's get back to Rick. Rick, he's a cop in the Georgia cop, and he's just trying to survive the zombie apocalypse along with his son and his daughter and a bunch of other group of survivors. And he would do anything to keep his family safe. And I mean anything from shooting walkers to shooting best friends. And the only reason that he has a daughter is because his best friend had sex with his wife while he was in a coma at the beginning of the series. But anyway, any Walking Dead fans out there know that. There's really not much more to tell. And Rick Grimes, I like the thing that you did at the beginning, from when you went to no beard to beard to no beard to beard. It's like you're a what you call one of the things, a roller coaster teeter-totter thing. A beard, no beard, no beard, no beard, no beard, 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 no beard, no beard. What do? Shave it? Anyway, Rick Grimes is a take no crap kind of guy. He's got an answer for everything, and if not, he's always had somebody around that can help him. So Rick Grimes, you're at number 5. Join me at number 4, and we're going to go to LA for this one. Number 4 is Philip Banks from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And Philip Banks is a lawyer who has a son, a daughter, a son named Carlton, two daughters named Ashley and Hillary, and another son named Nicky. And he also thinks of Will as part of his family. Oh, and he's a lawyer. And through each episode, he's always trying to guide Will away from doing stupid things. Because if you've seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know Will is sometimes doing the most stupidest things. And he's Will's moral support. And there was one episode where Carlton, Will, and Philip all went camping. And he says, you know, Uncle Phil, I used to skate with one shoe. I used to skate with one skate and try to keep up because my mom couldn't afford to skate. And when I came out here to Bel-Air, it was a lot like that. Thanks a lot for my skate, Uncle Phil. And Will Smith's character in the show is named Will Smith. And there was one episode where Will's actual father came into the picture, and then he went right back out because Will's father was a runaway, and that Philip Banks is more of a father figure to Will than his actual father was, and that's kind of sad. But anyway, Philip Banks, you're a stand-up guy, and rest in peace, James Avery. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that one. We're going back in time for this next one, so I'll see y'all guys at number 3. Number 3, we're going all the way back to Walnut Grove Plantation. And if you know who this is, you're awesome. Charles Ingalls. Charles Ingalls has 3 daughters named Mary, Carrie, and Laura. And Laura Ingalls, Charles would do anything to provide for his family alone, from working at a sawmill in town, from traveling thousands of miles to haul off dynamite, and all this other stuff. Charles is a stand-up guy, provides moral values to his family. Oh yeah, and his wife's name is Karen, I believe. Yeah. He's a stand-up guy. He's always there to help out his friends, God-fearing man, and all that other stuff. So, he's a stand-up guy, and that's why he's number 3 on this list of TV fathers. So, anyway, guys, join me at number 2. We're going into Springfield, and Springfield is the home of Homer J Simpson. Homer J Simpson has 3 kids, Bart, Lisa, Maggie, and he works at a nuclear plant and likes to go out to have fun. He enjoys baseball, and his wife's name is Marge Simpson, which has a hair like a beehive, sort of something like that. Has a hair like a beehive, and he would do anything for his family. He's not the smartest of people. It's because of, if you've seen the one episode where Homer gets a crayon stuck up his nose. Yeah, he gets a crayon stuck up his nose, and that's why he's not so smart. But whenever they pulled out the crayon, he became a freaking genius. Then they put the crayon back in because it was getting too smart. Makes sense. And he's not so fond of his neighbor Ned Flanders. That's why he always said, "Stupid Flanders." Oh yeah, and I'm also going to throw Ned Flanders into this list with Homer, because Ned Flanders is a God-fearing man too. He's sort of like Charles Ingalls, but yellow. He's sort of like this Springfield version of Charles Ingalls. Oakley dokley. So, anyway, let's get back to Homer. Homer works at a nuclear plant. He likes to go drinking at Moe's Bar, and he loves to bake the Springfield isotopes. Yeah. So anyway, that was number 2. And I'm going to see y'all in the next clip for number 1. But first, number 1. Number 1 is Al Bundy. Al Bundy is from Chicago. He's a shoe salesman. He's got 2 or 3 kids. He's got 2 kids. He adopted one. He adopted his wife's nephew. And his daughter's name is Kelly. She's not so smart. Yeah, she's not smart at all. She's got the intelligence of that. Her brain is total darkness. And each time she learns something else goes right out the door. Bud Bundy, he was named after a beer. That tells you about that. Yeah. And his wife's name is Peg. She spends every dollar Al brings into the house from working at his job at a shoe store. Yeah. I just like Al Bundy because he's a no nonsense kind of guy and would stick up for his family, even except his wife, which he don't care about, which actually he does. And 2 neighbors. I'm going to throw the neighbors in there because they're part of his life too. 2 neighbors called Marcy Darcy or Marcy Jefferson or whatever. And she had 2 husbands, Jefferson and Steve. But anyway, let's get back to Al. He drives a beat-up Dodge Ford, scored 4 touchdowns in a single game, and that's his whole life's achievement. Score 4 touchdowns in a single high school football game. And he goes like, you know who I am? I'm Al Bundy. I scored 4 touchdowns in a single game. Anyway, guys, that was it. Al Bundy, and if you don't, Al Bundy. And he likes to stick his hands down his pants and watch some TV. Actually, his hands goes like to right here since it's not automatically in there. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all guys on the next clip. I got one more clip. Anyway, in case you forgot who these top 10 TV fathers were from my choosing, I'm going to tell you. Number 10, Walter White. Number 9, Todd Chrisly. Number 8, Greg Warner and Jimmy Hughes. Number 7, Tim Taylor. Number 6, Arthur Spooner. Number 5, Rick Grimes. Number 4, Philip Banks. Number 3, Charles Ingalls. Number 2, Homer Simpson. And number 1, Al Bundy. Like, comment, subscribe, guys, all that good YouTube stuff, and thank you for watching.